Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. It's a fight. It's a challenge in life every day. And what we have to do is embrace it. What we have to do is see it as a project to be worked on. I read something once that I live by. It said, in life, you will always be faced with a series of God-ordained opportunities, brilliantly disguised as problems and challenges.
Number one is that you need to really get amped up about why that goal matters to you. Because once you know why the goal matters, that's going to be that thing that gives you meaning and purpose, that turns into a passion, that allows you to show up and keep doing it when you're bored. Because boredom kills more dreams than failure, I just promise you. You just get to the point where it's such a grind, and you've got to do it day after day, month after month, year after year. It's just like it really drags on. It's like it's easy to do something once, maybe you can do it for a week, but when you have to just keep at the grind, then you really have to have a strong why. Because you can do anything you want in life, just not everything.
A huge believer in the power of intention and awareness. So when these negative thoughts creep in, whatever they are, fear, I'm aware of my own thinking. And once you're aware of a thought, it loses its power to have a feeling over you. If you don't align your thoughts and your feelings, neither one has any power. There has to be a congruency between what you're thinking and what you're feeling. That's why, like, for example, when people set up all these goals, I'm gonna make $1 million, or I'm gonna be happy, or I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. In the moment you're having that thought, if you're feeling that you can't have it, if you're feeling that's not going to happen, your body, which is your unconscious mind actually at work, the feeling overrides the thought and that goal has no power.
You realize whatever it is that you're going to give yourself over to and do all the way, it needs to be something that you are really on fire about. Now, getting on fire about something, you're not born with it. You cultivate that fire. So you're going to pick something, starts as an interest, you're going to pick it, engage with it, fan the flames of that fire by talking about it to yourself, to your friends, to your family, to anybody who will listen, about why it matters to you, and then you go hard on that.
That is a constant, and it's something that you can't control, right? You just cannot control the things that are happening in the world around us, but you can always control what you're thinking and what you're doing in response to it. So all of my work centers inside this gap between what's happening in your life and in your work and what your reaction is to it, and how you can't control the things that are going on around you, but you can always control what your reaction is. And that gap there, that's about 5 seconds long. And you start to understand that you can change how you think, you can change your habits, you can change how you lead, you can pivot, you will become unstoppable.
And I always, no matter how much I've accomplished in life, my life is always lived that day one, week one, because that's when you grind. You grind at the beginning. And we always start to get very complacent and very comfortable as we start to get to where we're going. We start to relax. We don't wake up early in the morning. We're not prepared. You start to get this very soft mentality. And then you become that person. So that's why the day one, week one mentality throughout your whole life, it keeps you grinding hard.
Emotion is a muscle. I mean, I think the most powerful muscles are the invisible force muscles. It's your spiritual emotional muscles. Like courage unused doesn't grow, it shrinks. So I put X on the line regularly so that it grows, and when it keeps growing, then pretty soon the stuff that used to make me crazy, it doesn't touch me. It's not that I'm so great. Just I'm well trained. But the main reason I do it, even more than that, you know how people negotiate, well, maybe we'll do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do this, or oh, let me wait 2 more minutes till I'm ready. There's none of that with me. For decades, I go, I say, we do. I'm not here to discuss with my mind. There's mind, and then there's soul and spirit. And soul and spirit, my soul knows. And when I say jump, you can jump. I'm not here to have a discussion with you.
I want to say this is doable. It is hard, but even if the deck is stacked against you, even if you do legitimately have it worse than every other human being on the planet, now what are you going to do? You're not a bad person if you're like, it's just not worth the energy. right? Let's know our why. Let's know what we're going for. Focus on that. You got to focus on the motivation. You've got to get yourself in a position where you want the change. But don't spend cycles lashing yourself, hating yourself. I can think of nothing worse. Put time and energy into it. They're choices. No matter how hard something is, you've got a choice. And so I always come back to that one simple phrase, now what?
And so what I want you to understand is that if you look back on your life, you have had moments where you have felt passion. Your purpose on earth is to figure out how to align your life so that you feel more energized and excited by it. That's it.
Mission in life has been, and still is to give people a vision of themselves beyond their mental conditioning and their circumstances, to let them know that they have greatness within them. But Han, greatness, it's not our destiny. It's a choice that you have to make every day.
Oftentimes when you hit bottom, you bounce. And that's where I think the power is. That when the world feels upside down, you always have the power to make it right. When one chapter ends, you always have the power to write a new one. When, you feel like nobody loves you, you have the power to learn how to love yourself.
You are but one habit, one killer routine away from having the exact life that you want. Your life is a reflection of the choices that you make. It doesn't mean that some things aren't way harder for you than they are for other people. It doesn't mean that other people don't have more motivation than you. But all of us can make a different choice at any time, set rules in our lives, focus on our motivation, get super hyped about something, find a way by connecting this hard-ass thing that we have to do to our identity, to the person that we love, and letting it be about them, not just that thing. Use any tool at your disposal. But if you get the habits, the routines, the rules, the identity right, you get all that stuff right, and you will have your ideal life.
But the mentality of can't hurt me is just that. No matter what's in front of you, man, you have to face, you have to confront, you have to overcome and move forward.